Fisher. I use they, she pronouns. I'm PFC Senate seat 3 and PFC Vice Chair. She pronouns.
My name's Sam, he, him pronouns, DFC seat 8.
Hey everyone, my name is Bella Hofferhay. I use she, her pronouns. I'm DFC Senate 9, and I'm also DFC Chair. Hi, I'm Olivia Heffernan. I use she, her pronouns. I am DFC 10.
Hi, my name is Bella Morieta. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm
Hello, my name is Zoe James Fox. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm Senate 12.
That way, because I see those.
Hello, everyone. My name is Paul Stevenson. I use he, him pronouns. I'm academic committee chair as well as the team representing psychology.
Hi everyone, my name is Ami Purdue. I use she, her pronouns, and I represent the School of Music and Dance, and I'm academic seat 6 in culture design.
My name is Robin Bailey. I use he, him pronouns. I'm seat 18 representing the School of Journalism and Communication.
Hey guys, I'm Bridget Madariaga. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm seat 21, which is representing first year.
Hi everyone, I'm Kayla Fisher. I use she, her pronouns. 2 for grads.
Hello, everybody. I'm Sarah Quisberry. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm Senate seat 23, representing the other part of graduate studies.
I'm Sierra, they, them pronouns. I'm the clerk.
Hi, my name is Erin Kudeman. I'm she, her pronouns. I'm Senate 20 in the district.
My name is Quaden Gill. I use he, him pronouns. I am Senate seat 7 DFC, and I'm the Senate Speaker.
I'm Max Jensen, he, him pronouns, and I'm the president.
And do we have a senator to read the land acknowledgement? Senator Fisher.
The University of Oregon is located on Kalapuya Ali'i, the traditional indigenous homeland of the Kalapuya people. Following treaties between 1851 and 1855, Kalapuya people were dispossessed of their indigenous homeland by the United States government and forcibly removed to the Coast Reservation in Western Oregon. Today, Kalapuya descendants are primarily citizens of the Confederated Tribes of Grand Ronde and the Confederated Tribes of Siletz, and they continue to make important contributions to their communities, the UO, to the lands now known as Oregon, and to the world. And following the Indigenous Protocol of acknowledging the original people of the land we occupy, we also extend our respect to the 9 federally recognized Indigenous nations of Oregon: the Burns Paiute Tribe, the Confederated Tribes of the Coos, Lower Umpqua and Sislot Indians, the Confederated Tribes of the Grand Ronde, Confederated Tribes of Siletz Indians, the Confederated Tribes of the Umatilla Indian Reservation, the Confederated Tribes of Warm Springs, the Coquel Indian Tribe, the Cow Creek Band of Umpqua Tribe of Indians, and the Klamath Tribes. We express our respect to the many more tribes that have ancestral connections to this territory, including the Chinook Indian Nation and the Fort McDermott Paiute and Shoshone tribes, as well as to all other displaced Indigenous peoples who call Oregon.
Thank you, Senator Fisher. Moving forward, Senator Fisher.
I'm going to
I'm going to read the statement real quick. Purpose of the ASUO is to provide social, cultural, educational, and physical development of its members, UO students, and the advancement of individual and collective interests, both within and without the university. We have a motion to approve the agenda. Do we have a second? Motion made by Fisher, seconded by Questenberry. Those in favor say aye. Those opposed say nay. Agenda is approved. Moving forward, do we have any announcements from members of the public or senators? Please come up.
Hi y'all. Is this on?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, great. Hi, I know everyone here, but I'm Sophia with Osberg. wanted to give a quick update about our work towards the end of last term and heading into the beginning of this term. As some of you might have seen, last term we spent a ton of time organizing broadly on campaigns to protect the natural world, from protecting the Oregon coast to protecting wildlife, and a huge update. One of the key priorities that we are working on to build to increase funding for wildlife conservation all across the state of Oregon has passed the Oregon legislature. And now goes to Governor Kotek's desk, or is currently sitting on Governor Kotek's desk. So definitely need to continue to urge her to show her that this is a really key priority for her constituents and for Oregonians into signing this bill. So definitely be sending emails and reaching out to Governor Kotek to ask her to sign the 1% for Wildlife bill into law. But really huge step in the right direction for protecting our natural world here in Oregon. We just know that our coast and our wildlife is just part of what makes our state such a special place to live. But for so long, we lacked a dedicated source and consistent source of funding for really critical wildlife conservation and management programs. So if Governor Kotek signs it, this will be a major step in the right direction for increasing the work that we can do all across our state to protect our awesome wildlife and our natural environment. And I'll pass it off to Kat to give some other updates.
Everyone, I'm Kat. I'm a member of the Osberg State Board. We just know that no student should worry about having a roof over their head or where their next meal is going to come from. But sadly, that's the reality for students and people across our entire state. Every year, over 800,000 tons of food goes uneaten in Oregon alone, and less than a quarter of that waste is disposed of responsibly. So Osberg is working on a bill that requires large businesses like restaurants or grocery stores to donate and compost all that uneaten that they have. But in order for this bill to pass, we need to show our state leaders that this is a priority, that we have a lot of public support around it. So we used our spring break to bring both student leaders and staff together from across the country to Portland, Oregon, to go door to door talking to folks about ending hunger in our state. We talked to thousands of Oregonians with these face-to-face conversations, and with working with our Osberg State group, we were able to fundraise and build a membership base to help all of the great work that they do throughout the year on this issue. I really love going door to door. It's really nice to just talk to real people, meet them where they're at their homes. I talked to a lady who was like, hey, I've composted my whole life. I begged the neighbors to do something responsible and donate their leftover food. And she was like, I didn't know this was something that was being worked on for the state. And she just was really, really excited and passionate that there was a solution to help people across our state get the resources that they need. So that was just really exciting for me to hear that there's people everywhere that are really excited and find this really important to them.
Well, and then to build off of that momentum this spring, on Saturday, April 11th, we are going to be hosting a Youth Foodway Summit here at the University of Oregon to continue to build that support into the spring that we're going to make this a really big priority heading into 2027. So it's going to be a day full of panels, workshops, future opportunities, trainings, and seminars to learn more about the issue of food waste and how it intersects with problems of hunger in our country, and also be able to start taking action right away. We have folks like Senator Mark Gamba lined up. We have folks from the local, state, and city council coming to speak to students about the campaign. We'll have local leaders in the nonprofit space and have things like a future opportunities panel where we'll be connecting students with summer internship and job opportunities as well. And so if that's something anyone here is interested in joining us for, again, that'll be on April 11th in the EMU, I think, ballroom, and Sam can send the RSVP link in y'all's chat. One really exciting thing about that, we have a student panel where students here at campus are going to be talking about the work that they're doing to advocate for filling student hunger and tackling food waste on campus, with representatives from Plant Futures talking about the compost system that they're working to bring to campus dining halls. Sweden from ASUO talking about y'all's work, and then our board chair Callie talking about this campaign as well. So I'm excited to hopefully see some of you guys there, and we'll send you guys updates coming out of it. But hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Thanks for letting us chat.
Thank you guys for your updates, and we all appreciate your consistent advocacy. It's very important.
Thank y'all.
Moving forward in the agenda, Senator Stevenson.
Yeah, I have an announcement.
Oh,
Tomorrow, at the BCC at 6, we have game night. It is yeah, thank you. You.
Senator Taylor or Smith, you raised the wrong button. Senator Smith and Bailey.
I'm moving. It's there. Okay. I'm gonna send this in the all ASUO chat, but I know things get lost there. I've been working on an art show for the past couple months for the prison ed program, and we really need volunteers for a reception night just to carry trays of appetizers around to people. But I'm gonna send the form out if people want to help. I'd really appreciate it, especially because, and also just in general, it's up at the New Zone Gallery all month, and then it's gonna be in the library, the Eugene Library, for May and June. So if you want to see some art, it'd be pretty cool.
Senator Smith, and next we have Senator Bailey.
Okay. There's a UO anti-ICE coalition now. ASUO is a member or is already. There's a mass meeting this Friday at 2 p.m. at Fenton 110. Everybody go. Tell your people to go. Tell your works to go. Yay.
Can you send it in the chat too?
Yes.
Okay. And anyone else? Moving forward in the public forum. Do we have anybody who wishes to speak for the public forum? Alright, we will go into financial business then. Technically, when we approved the agenda, the confirmation was first, but it was requested to get moved. I'm going to make a motion to move the election board confirmation after financial business.
Second question.
Motion made by Gill, seconded by Fisher. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay. And we'll now go into financial business. Currently surplus sits at $254,298. Non-identified reserve is at $14,755. And for our first transfer request, we'll hear the African Student Association. Do we have a rep from the African Student Association? Senator Fisher.
I move to table.
Motion made by Fisher, seconded by Questenberry. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay. We'll now move into surplus. First up, we have Desi Ducks. Senator Stevenson.
To table the request for Desi Ducks.
Motion made by Stevenson, seconded by Questenberry. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay. And we will now move forward on the agenda. Just a reminder, use your microphone. You guys speak. Next up, we have Students for Global Health. Thank you for being here.
So our request is for surplus for an event that we do every year. Every year it's called Strides for Solidarity, and it's a charity. So we're paying $500 to pay for mostly insurance, because we work with the city to get the path for paying for the event. But paying for insurance and paying for promotion is.
Thank you so much. My first question is can you explain a little more about the promotion, just out of curiosity?
Mostly just posters. We go around because it's open to all students, but also we want community members involved. So putting out flyers, posters, and going out in the community, handing them out, printing as well. And then we also want to promote in Eugene Weekly. So
And can you elaborate just a little more on the insurance process?
yeah. So to use the city's property, you have to pay for general liability insurance. So that is what we have to pay for. It's usually around $1,500. Depends on how many people are coming, what path you want to use. We're using the same path we've used in previous years. So that is what we're basing our estimate for insurance on.
Thank you guys so much. Does anybody else have questions? So already have a motion. Is that happening?
Double 20. Yeah. Double check because I should fully. Okay, yeah, it's 2,500. I move to approve spending from surplus to group students for global health, OS number 251I, to existing line item stride and solidarity in the amount of $2,500.
Motion made by Eflin, seconded by Smith. If there's no more questions, we'll move to vote. Starting with Perez, Peters, Fisher, Smith, Rosaro, Bufford, Heffernan, Amagibe, Jenkins Scott, Chisholm, Nagarajan, Stevenson, Purdue, Bailey, Morel, Pinarayaga, Fisher, West Mary, Goodman, and I say aye as well. Congrats, guys. Motion made by Fisher, second by Westbury. Those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed say nay. Request is tabled. And by the way, my guess is that the confirmation with initial schedule will be confirmed. That's why people are late, but I imagine we'll still get requested. And next we have Rotaract at the University of Oregon. Awesome. Please come up, introduce yourself, and share about your request.
Hi everyone, my name is Winnie and I'm a student for the University of Rotaract. I am here today to request $940 in surplus funding to support our student professional development and our community service efforts and revenues. And so to give a little background of who we are a service and leadership organization guided by the model of service of self. And so we organize community service projects, partner with nonprofits, and create opportunities for students to grow professionally and as leaders. And so we are also the collegiate level of Rotary International. So to go into the more specifics of what we are requested, 860 of it is going into our district conference. And so the goals for sending 16 students to the Rotary District Conference that will be held here in Eugene from May 15th through 17th. And some highlights include like keynote speakers, breakout sessions, and networking activities. And so this includes $800 for registration fees. Originally, the price was $100 for Rotaractors, but we negotiated it to be a much more lower rate. And as we're only attending for one day on the 16th, and much of the fees go educated fees. And so we are sending the current board members, future board members, and any members who are interested. And right now, there are only 2 more spots open. And so the remaining $60 of that will be going into food, since the group meal will be purchased to offset that higher offered catered price. And so this conference is really important to us because we will be strengthening ties with our parent organization, Rotary, and its members. So Rotaract and Rotary keep a pretty tight connection with one another. Rotarians are a really big source of resource and guidance for us, especially in our mentorship program. And so we hope to foster those long-standing relationships for years to come. Also, this district conference will be important for increasing professional development and networking skills among our members. Industry leaders, guest speakers, and networking opportunities will be available in the conference, and our members will really learn from that. Another point to note is that we are representing our district as an effective Rotaract Club. It is especially important for us to attend this conference as it will be held in Eugene, where we are operating, and it has also been several years since it has been held here. So it's a really special year for us to attend. In addition, we are the most successful Rotaract Club in our district, so they expect for us to be here. During the conference, we will be expected to give an update on our growth and activities with attendees. And really, we'll learn more about service here. As we are a service-based organization, during the conference breakout sessions, we will learn about how others may implement methods or policies to better the community, and members who attend the event will then bring in that knowledge to the group as a whole. Going off of other line items, I am also requesting $30 for apparel just to purchase a bulk order of graduation course to recognize our senior members. And it's really to honor their service and leadership while strengthening retention and motivation. And we were not able to give our graduation course last year Saturday, so this is especially important for us to do so this year. And our goal purchase would be 18 license for meals in the future. We are also requesting $50 to support transportation for beach cleanup along the Golden Coast. I will have and our purpose is to support like community service participation and offset that fuel cost for our student funds. And so this is my surplus request breakdown, and thank you for listening.
Thank you so much for sharing. This seems like a great request, everything you're doing with the cost. I'll move into discussion for everyone to stop, and we'll start with Senator Westbury.
Yeah, I want to say thank you for being so prepared. Your engaged form has a ton of information, which is super helpful. And then everything you just said was super awesome. I also want to highlight that you did great negotiating for the conference, and getting that to be a lower cost is fantastic. I'm gonna make the motion, but I want to make sure I have the right line items. For the apparel, is it just line item apparel?
Yes.
Okay, and then it's just line item transportation? Okay, perfect. All right, I move to authorize spending from surplus to the the University of Oregon OS number OS 189 in the amount of $806 to line item district conference, and $30 to line item apparel, and $50 to line item for a total cost of $940.
Motion made by Questenberry, seconded by Fisher, and we'll move forward in discussion with Senator Perez.
Yeah, thank you for being here. Quick question. Did this get approved from SAWS, like your intent to travel? Because this would be considered like a retreat or day.
This would, I'm sure this is not really a retreat. This would be kind of a travel.
Yeah.
I still have to double check my
It'd still be a. Oh, it's within Eugene.
Yeah, I'll be held here in the Valley View, and we still have to like go through the specifics about the club.
So no intent to travel.
Oh, well, I think like something maybe to.
Oh,
you know,
I thought-
like, for the city, I have a question.
I'll yield then.
For your, the beach cleanup, I believe that one does. Yes, Florence. I yield this on your question.
If it's direct money to be in their transportation line, can we give them the money and then they fill out the intent to travel separately for that event and then be able to access that money?
That's generally the thing I can do it, but we are getting towards the end of the year, and I feel like it's a smaller amount of money. It's probably a few other requests, so I'm.
Yes, I know that. Yeah, so then just for your beach cleanup, when are you all planning on having that?
Probably be around.
Okay, then you totally have enough time. Just recommend that you fill out that intent to travel form pretty soon, just because we have some rules around using ASUO.
In mind, but I would say after this meeting, fill out your intent to travel form, and we'll work together, and we'll make sure that everything works out for you guys. But after this meeting, you can meet with me, Teams me, and we can discuss how to go through it. But if you go and visit the SOF's office, they'll work you through that intent to travel form. Basically, whenever you go out of Eugene, you just gotta approve the timeline and things like that before funds go into it. But we'll approve the funds or vote on the funds today, and then we can fill out the form afterwards.
Sounds good, thank you.
We have a motion out. There's no more questions. We can vote. We can vote by. You can vote by acclamation. The total is 940. Those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed say nay. And the motion's passed. Congratulations. Can someone make a motion to pull from the table the request from Muslim Student Association? Senator Stevenson.
I move to pull from the table the surplus request from Muslims Association.
Motion made by Stevenson, seconded by Questenberry. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay. And we'll now hear the request from Muslim Student Association.
How's it, everyone? I'm Hattie. I'm the chair of finance on the MSA board, and I brought basically almost the whole board with me. One go first. I'm the programming intern.
Hi, my name is Samiha. I'm the chair of social media and outreach. Hi, my name is Lamar. I'm the social media intern. My name is Wilson. I'm the co-chair of programming.
Hello, everybody. My name is Dustin, and I'm the co-chair of programming as well.
Hi everyone, I'm Fablia and I'm the outreach intern.
Hi, everyone. I'm Suha, and I'm the programming intern.
All right, and we're all here requesting 1,300 from you guys. 1,300 April event, which is this Saturday, which you should all come to. And this is mainly just for the photo booth. We forgot to allocate funds for that. And the photo booth is usually like a big hit at this event. So if we don't get that, it'll be full. And then 600 of the rest of the money, which is $600, is going to go to the rest of our weekly meeting or weekly events that we have throughout the term. And this is, we kind of went short on those from the last request that we came to because the amount for the decoration that we bought was more than we expected. So I'll go back to that.
Thank you for sharing. So this is going for photo booth and then decorations for the event?
No, the rest of the 600 is going for the rest of the term.
Oh, yeah. Right, well, I'll open up the discussion, starting Senator Perez.
Yeah, thank you for being here. I think this is really great. I know you guys have been doing a lot of stuff, especially last term with the iftar events. One question I did have was, what's like your expected attendance on it?
Yeah, so for the attendance for this event is around 300 people. So far, we have 300 people RSVP'd, and the maximum class was like 50.
Awesome. That was the only question I have, so I'll just go ahead and make the motion. I move to authorize spending from surplus to Group Muslim Student Association OS061 I in the amount of $1,300 to new line-item Eid ball event.
Second.
There's, is it two? Okay, no, that's just three. Okay. Motion made by Perez, seconded by Fisher. And we have no more questions. Vote. Starting with Perez.
Aye.
Peters.
Aye.
Fisher.
Aye.
Smith.
Aye.
Broussard. Aye. Offerdale. Heffernan. Amodife. Jenkins Cox. Chisholm. Rajan. Stevenson. Purdue. Bailey.
Aye.
Morel. Nariaga. Fisher.
Aye.
Westenberry.
Aye.
Goodman.
Aye.
And I say as well. Thank you so much for coming, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We do have ASA on Zoom now, so I want to make a motion to go to that. Fisher.
I move to pull the transfer request from your African Student Association from the table.
Second Peters.
Motion made by Fisher, seconded by Questenberry. Those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed say nay. And we'll now hear the request from African Student Association.
Hi, can you all hear me okay?
You can, thank you.
Okay, I just sent the slides over to you, Erin, if you want to share it, or do you want me to share my slides?
We'll share it on the screen, but you won't be able to see it on your screen. So whenever you think it should switch to slide, just
I'm sorry, could you say that again?
we'll have it on display in the screen here, but you won't be able to see it on your screen as it's displayed on ours. So every time you want to like switch the slide, just let us know.
Okay.
I'll let you know. Um,
I don't-
ready when you are. Sorry?
Sorry, this is Erin. I don't see it in my inbox here.
Hmm.
I'm not sure we can double check.
Oh, it says delivery has failed. I just used the email address you just put in the chat for me.
Yes, that should be correct. I can put my personal email.
Or if you grant me share access to, I can do that. Okay, I see it out.
Sorry, we have the projector so that other senators can see your presentation as well.
Gotcha. Okay, I just sent that. Should be in any moment. Do you have it?
All right, we got it. So we are on the title slide, so feel free to start whenever you're ready.
Please let me know when you get it and when you're ready.
We got it. We're all ready to go whenever you are.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Hi, my name is Rodaline Tete. I'm the current ASA director, and I'm presenting on behalf of ASA tonight. My vice should be on the link, but she's not, but I'll just go ahead and go with it. Okay, so this year we had a very unfortunate incident. One of our core members, who was also a past staff of ASA, lost his life tragically. So we had to sort of put a hold on most events from when it happened in January. It's been a weird moment for all, trying to create a space for everybody to grieve and also come together as a community. So we couldn't do most of our event because we were trying to provide that space. And we also wanted to be respectful of cultural expectations around the death of Eric. So this seems like a very unusual request, but we are moving all funds from all the events that we could not hold since winter, and also some of the event that we are unable to do this term towards the cultural night, where we plan to host the events in his honor. I'm on slide 3 now. So that's the breakdown of the funds to move within ASA, and the total is going to be about 19,000. And if we add it to the 15,500 we already have, it's going to be about 34,600. Out of this, like this total amount, 35% is going to go into food and drinks for the event. 35% is going to go to service providers and contractors, like local musicians performing Kenyan and East African music. We also have a group of students, like kids' cultural troops that Eric used to do cultural story time with. We have them coming to perform, and about 10% will go into our scheduling an event, because we have to pay them for our events, and about 10% into purchases towards the events, and we have other 5% for other miscellaneous funds. So that's our proposal. Thank you.
Thank you so much, and I'm so sorry to hear about your organization's loss. It's very heartbreaking to hear about, and thank you so much for presenting such a detailed breakdown. I'll open up the floor for senators to discuss. Motion, Senator Fisher.
Yeah, thank you for being here. This is really great. So what question I had was, for the cultural night, was this something you're anticipating going to surplus for more funds?
Yes, originally we had anticipated that. We also had this issue where some of the service providers for last cultural night events weren't paid. So when we brought it up to the attention of SOFs, they had to pay them from this year's budget. So that also took the funds significantly low. But we try to make accommodations. So for instance, instead of going out for the staff retreats, we contacted the holding center, and they did a staff training for us so we could channel those funds towards this big events because the line item we have is just not enough to plan for the number of people that usually come for the event.
Thank you. Go ahead and make the motion. I move to. I yield to.
I have it broken down, but I'm still plugging in the amounts from that spreadsheet.
I shut the floor. Perez. All right, West County.
I will make the motion.
Stevenson.
Hopefully I can do this right. Go. I move to transfer funds within the group Applicant Student Association, OS number 003I, from line item office general supply to line item cultural night in the amount of $213, from line item printing to cultural night in the amount of $100, from line item leadership training to line item cultural night in the amount of $4,000, from line item fall movie night to line item cultural night in the amount of $350, from line item winter movie night to line item cultural night in the amount of $750, from line item inside Africa to line item cultural night in the amount of $8,500, from line item graduation ceremony to line item cultural night in the amount of $750, from line item fall after dark unity under the stars to line item cultural night in the amount of $1,500, from line item winter faculty connection to line item cultural night in the amount of $3,000, for a total of $19,162.
Second, Bailey.
Motion made by Questenberry, seconded by Bailey. Senator Fisher.
I move to amend the motion to 19,164 after rounding.
Real quick, I have to go back. Senator Stevenson.
Senator Fisher made my point, not you.
Because Mary, on office general supply, did you say 213? So we would have to round down because we're not able to, since there is only 212, it makes sense. We can't round that off since that's how much is there.
So then it would be, I move to amend from line item office general supply to line item cultural night in the amount of $212. And the total be $19,100.
No amendment. Okay. All right, we're gonna vote on the amendments to change the number to the correct number. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay. And now we have a new motion on the floor. That is all of the transfers in one. We'll start discussion. Does anybody want to hop on the list? Okay, Bailey.
Hi, hopefully you can hear me well. I just wanted to say that this is, I think, a really beautiful way to honor Eric, especially since I imagine his death was really destabilizing to organizing, and to use all of this money in a big celebration of his life is really beautiful. And I hope to be there, hopefully. And I wish you all luck organizing it.
Thank you.
All right, we'll vote. Starting with Perez. Aye. Peters.
Aye.
Fisher. Smith.
Aye.
Broussard.
Aye.
Opperday.
Aye.
Pepperden.
Aye.
Amalgipin. Jacobson Stocks.
Aye.
Chisholm. Nagarajan. Aye. Stevenson. Aye. Purdue.
Aye.
Bailey.
Aye.
Morel.
Aye.
Dariaga.
Aye.
Fisher.
Aye.
Westbury.
Aye.
Goodman.
Aye.
And I say aye as well. Thank you so much for being here tonight.
Thank you. I did want to say the event is going to be on May 16th at the AMU Ballroom, so everyone is welcome to show up.
Thank you so much. We'll write it down and send it out there. Yeah, thank you
All right. Have a great evening.
as well. And I believe Desi Ducks just arrived too, if you want to pull the next request from the table.
I move to untable the request from Desi Duff.
Motion made by Fisher, seconded by Questenberry. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay. And we'll now hear the request from Desi Ducks. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Just feel free to introduce yourself and share a little about your request tonight.
My name is Tara, and I'm the Student Outreach for Daisy Duck. And that's our president, Zara, and that's our LVP of PR and Marketing, Amaya. And this is Angelique, our VP of Events. And yeah, here you guys. Have her.
No worries.
Or if you wanted just Teams it to me too. Okay.
You're free to start whenever you're ready.
Thank you. For you guys just. So that's our team, and we already treat ourselves, but yeah, thank you for having us. And Daisy Ducks is essentially a South Asian dance club, and we do all sorts of South Asian dances, from Bhangra to Bollywood dance. We're also incorporating like South Indian types of dances. And yeah, if you go to the next slide, you try to celebrate culture as well as foster inclusivity. So as you know, this is a majority white school. And so having a space for South Asians is something that we're really trying to promote. But we want to let everyone learn about South Asian culture and be able to be involved in it. So we let anyone from all backgrounds come and join. And yeah.
Okay, so now to like kind of talk about our four main goals and kind of how that relates to funding. Like one of our big goals is to have guest choreographers, and so that's like inviting people from different clubs and like organizations and even outside of the school to come and be able to teach, so that we have the opportunity to learn different cultures as well. And so we're kind of doing one right now. We have one planned for next week where we're having someone from a different club come teach a different style of South Asian dance. Exciting. And then we also, our goal is to do cultural dance workshops where we go into other clubs and organizations and we kind of teach like our South Asian cultural dances so that other people have opportunity to something they wouldn't have initially had access to. And so we recently did a collab with Dance Oregon last term where we were able to go in and like teach them some new stuff to dance. So that was really fun to see and like see how they enjoyed it. And then also one of our big goals is to hold dance showcases. And this is just putting on like super big events to be able to allow our club members to perform, but also have other people perform as well. And then lastly, just collabing with cultural clubs. We did collabs with Saka and with Harrison just to be able to do like fusion dances and just combine and bring everyone together to celebrate. So now to go into our funding, we're requesting a total of $1,582. And this is specifically going to be sorted into two different line items. So the first one is weekly meetings and the second is events. And then we've just broken out equipment on the side to be easier to look at. But what goes into our weekly meetings is the room rental costs, and we need an hour of the room rental at least once a week for 10 weeks. So that's $600 because the room costs $60 per hour. And then our food for meetings would be like catering from outside organizations or just like buying snacks and stuff from Costco. And so we've allocated around $350, which would be a total of $950 for weekly meetings. And then for our events, we're having one next week actually. So we hope to get this money as soon as possible. And so our room rental is $120 for that. And then we have we hope to spend around $275, which would get us to a total of $395. And then equipment goes into our weekly meetings, but we've just broken it out. So our camera would cost $140, our speaker would be $70, and our mic would be $27 to get us to $237 for equipment. And so once again, like our total with all of our line items is $1,582. Yeah. Thank you for having us and listening.
Thank you so much. That was a great presentation. I'd love to hear about the collab. We'll kick it off.
I love that y'all have broken down this cost. I have a question. So when you purchase something with ASUO funds, we require that it's kept within like a lock, it is somehow locked up. So the camera, speaker, and mic, do you guys have a like CSI locker or somewhere that you can keep those materials so that they can be locked up? Because that SOPS won't purchase the whatever without having confirmation that there's somewhere it can be locked.
Yeah, we're CSI funded or affiliated, sorry, and so we can definitely get a locker for that to keep all our materials in there safe.
Okay, awesome, great. And then my other question is, what room are you renting for your event?
It's Erlanger Annex.
Okay.
And it's 352. I think that's the number. And it's the cost per student worker to supervise it as well as 2 hours of the residence.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. That was all of my questions.
Well, Senator Fisher, I do want to say this can't come out of unallocated reserve to Senator Fisher.
I'm just gonna make a motion. I move to authorize funding from unallocated reserve to group Desi Duck, OS number OS 395I, to existing line item weekly meetings in the amount of $950, to existing line item events in the amount of $395, to existing line item equipment in the amount of $237, for a total request of $1,582. Peters.
Motion made by Fisher, seconded by Peters. Got no more questions, so we will move to move. Starting with Perez. Aye. Peters.
Aye.
Fisher.
Oh, aye.
Smith. Lasardi. Aye. Crawford.
Aye.
Heffernan.
Aye.
Salvo Nieto. Jacobs Hiscox. Chisholm. Takahashi. Aye. Stevenson. Aye. Purdue.
Aye.
Bailey.
Aye.
Morel. Madariaga.
Aye.
Fisher.
Aye.
Westbury.
Aye.
Nice guys. Well, congrats, guys. Thank you. And next up, we have the Navy Student Association.
Yes. Yes, they what's $6,000 for funding and so just to say a little bit about what it's a 2-night event focused on member retention and bonding. So develop deeper connections with each other. And another goal is to provide next year's leadership team with a chance to develop leadership skills under the guidance of the current board. Logistics, it would occur on May 29th or May 1st at Canby Grove Christian Center, which is about an hour and a half drive from here. We plan to bring about 40 people, and we usually get upwards of 60 signups. And for lodging, we would have double occupancy room, 2 twin beds in each, and common bathrooms with showers down the hall. And here's our retreat cost breakdown. It costs $215 per person, which would amount to $8,600 total for 40 people. This includes 2 nights of lodging and 3 meals, as well as the grounds use.
And the remaining $400 we're doing towards gas reimbursement for our drive. So just to recap, it's like 6,000 on surplus. It goes to $3,000 internal transfer from drug fund for a total of 9,000. Thank you for considering our request. Thank you.
Thank you for the breakdown. Let me go back. Yeah, and I also wanted to highlight, like, out of the surplus request itself, it's actually $150 per person too, even when you just include the extra money they're asking for. So this is a very well planned trip. So thank you very much. Sorry, Senator Questenberry.
Yeah, I think this looks super fun and it's very worthwhile. So I will go ahead and make both motions. I'll start with the transfer request, then we'll vote on that, and then I'll go for the surplus request. So I move to transfer funds within the group Vietnamese Student Association OS number 092I from cultural events to retreat line item in the amount of $3,000.
Second.
Motion made by Questenberry, seconded by Smith. Do we have any more questions? Let's vote. We will start with Perez. Peters.
Aye.
Fisher.
Aye.
Smith.
Aye.
Broussard. Aye. Alfred. Heffernan.
Aye.
Amodiabe. Jenkins Hiscox. Chisholm. Nagarajan. Aye. Stevenson. Aye. Purdue. Bailey.
Aye.
Morel. Aye. Andariaga.
Aye.
Fisher. Westenberry. Lindemann.
Aye.
And I say aye as well. Congratulations.
I think I'll go with the surplus.
Sweet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, and then I move to authorize spending from surplus to group Vietnamese Student Association OS number 092I in the amount of $6,000 to line item retreat.
Second.
Motion made by Questenberry, seconded by Fisher. Oh. We'll start with Perez. Aye.
It's
The intent to travel was confirmed a minute ago. Technically, we're past the deadline for step 2, but I did make an exception because they tried to come right before spring break, but just the timeline didn't work out, but the intent to travel has been done. Step 1 was approved. Okay, so we're all good to go. Perez. Peters.
Aye.
Fisher.
Aye.
Smith.
Aye.
Broussard. Aye. Alfred.
Aye.
Heffernan.
Aye.
Amodiabe. Jenkins Hiscox.
Aye.
Chisholm. Nagarajan. Stevenson. Purdue.
Aye.
Smith. Bailey.
Aye.
Morel. Andariaga. Fisher.
Aye.
Westbury. Lindemann. And I say aye as well. Thank you.
I want to confirm that the numbers were correct because like on the engaged form, the number for the transfer, and the surplus were like flipped. So for the transfer, it said like 6,000 and then for the surplus, it said like 3,000. For the correct. Or was it the ones here?
Heard a comment and.
Okay, I see.
You know, I think we did it right.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, awesome. Sorry about that.
Thank you.
And then next up, we have Iru Daikao. Do we have any representatives? That we do.
All right, I move to table Daiko.
Second, Questenberry.
Motion made by Purdue, seconded by Questenberry. Those in favor say aye. Very good. Those in favor say aye. Those say nay. Motion passed. You all for coming.
For having us. Hi guys, nice to see you all. Hope you guys had a great break. So I'm Bree. I'm the financial director. I'm the one who made the forms, but actually I'm gonna have Deanna present. She's the one who's gonna be running this event. So I'll take it away. Thank you.
Can you guys hear me okay without the mic?
Yeah, could use mic just for Zoom.
Just for
people that are-
Zoom?
Yeah.
Can I take it off?
Yes, for sure.
Hello, everyone. Before I start, I want to introduce my interns. This is Noah and this is Yomara. They're both first years. Okay. So good evening, everyone. Is it on? Is it on? Yeah, okay. Good evening, everyone. My name is Diana Rendon Chavez. I am here today on behalf of Mecha. I am this year's programs director. I am here to ask you for your support for one of the most important events our community holds each year, Mecha's Latin Senior Celebration. I want to begin by grounding us in the reality our students are living in right now. Across Oregon and the Pacific Northwest, immigration enforcement has intensified heavily. Oregon saw almost 1,200 kidnappings in 2025 compared to just 113 in 2024. Portland area arrests jumped about 600% in the last 3 months alone of 2025. Reporting from the University of Washington shows that the region went from a recent low point of a fewer than 250 Northwest kidnappings to a major surge by the end of the year. We are also living through the aftermath of the federal building event that happened earlier this year, a reminder that the fear, instability, and political violence around us are not abstract. They are here, they are local, and they are affecting our students directly. For Latina students, this climate creates real consequences. It creates fear on campus, it creates anxiety about commuting, working off campus, or simply just being in public spaces, even for US citizens. It affects academics through missed classes, reduced concentration, and reluctance to use campus services. For immigrant and refugee students, Oregon's own education reporting makes clear that barriers like language discrimination and instability only add to the pressure Latina students already carry. Mecha feels this reality every day. In fact, students have come to us first when something awful happens in their family. Students have come to Mecha asking what to do when their parents have been kidnapped. This is so heartbreaking, but it also shows the trust our community has in us. And it shows that Mecha is already one of the first places students turn for support and guidance and care in moments of crises. Before going somewhere else, they come to us. That is not small. It's not a small thing, and it's the kind of support system our community has had to build because it had to. The pressure is felt here at the University of Oregon too. We have seen Johnson Hall protests for immigrant student worker protections. We have seen banner drops because students feel their university president has not stood firmly at all with the students enrolled in his own institution. We have seen the Latinx Center Coalition form to pressure administration to build the center our community has been demanding for years, as well as an anti-ICE coalition forming to pressure UO to speak out against ICE and report ICE activities. Students are worried about enforcement, but we are also demanding visible protection, communication, and care from the institution that's supposed to support us. And yet, despite everything happening in the nation and the state, just 6 minutes away from campus, and despite the lack of support many students felt from their own administration, our Latina seniors are still here. They are still graduated and they have not given up. This matters. UO Latina community is one of the largest ethnic demographics groups on campus. These students have endured fear, instability, and constant pressure, and they are still showing up to finish degrees. That deserves more than acknowledgement and deserves celebration, investment, a space that tells them loud and visible, you belong here, you did this, and your work isn't going unnoticed. That is what the Latina Senior Celebration is about. This event is hosted annually by Mecha, and its main attraction of the night is our serapes. Each serape, or show if you're unfamiliar, are personalized with the senior's name, the org they're part of, the University of Oregon, and the class they are graduating with. These serapes are ordered all the way from Mexico, and the class they are, these serapes are all ordered all the way from Mexico, and our advisor, Armando Morales, personally goes out of his way to make sure they arrive safely. Don Armando has been advocating for immigrant rights far longer than most of us have been alive, and his commitment reflects the care and integrity this event is built on. This celebration honors seniors from all three Latina orgs, Mecha, Alumni, and Mujeres. It is a graduation celebration, but also a community affirmation. After all the stress, all the uncertainty, and all the struggle, our seniors are still worthy of being celebrated in a meaningful way. As programs director this year, I am planning the event to be 3 times bigger than last year's. Why larger? Because last year's celebration happened during the student worker strike and a lot was canceled. That event ended up much smaller than usual, even though I used all of our budget. It was not the event our seniors deserved. I know this firsthand because I interned on it, and that was the first event I ever got to be a part of after joining Mecha in my first year. Even then, I could see how much the celebration meant to the students and families in the room. That memory is a big part of why I'm here today asking you to invest in doing it right. This year, we already have over 30 seniors signed up for the official ceremony. We expect even more last-minute signups. We also have extra staffers on hand because we know more students will want to participate. This is also the first year we've seen such strong representation from both Mujeres and LMA joining Mecha and the celebration process, which makes the event even more meaningful. This event is not just for the 3 orgs, it is open to everyone. Families of graduating seniors are welcome, friends are welcome, community members are welcome. We're expecting a large attendance because that is what this year's energy has been showing us. We already know the level of engagement has increased dramatically across our sister orgs and cultural groups. And by the fall term, collaboration among our 3 orgs drew over 250 attendees, all students. The event is marked those brought in over 500 community and student attendees per day. And this year, I was personally told by the community members and the JSMA staff that the attendance and community engagement were noticeably higher than the previous years. This year, it was the 44th year anniversary. We also have seen strong support from cultural groups like SACA, BSU, MSA, and also from ASUO, and others at general meetings and special events. Even our Mexican consulate event, which struggled to get 2 volunteers last year, had more than 30 volunteers this year, some staying with me from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. on weekends. This message is clear. Our community is more engaged, present, and ready to show up this year compared to previous ones. This is why we are asking for an additional $15,000 for Latina Senior Celebration. Right now, we have $4,822.50 available. Our budget was originally $6,500, but money was taken for last year's event. As it stands, this budget is barely enough for food, let alone the kind of celebration our seniors deserve. This additional funding would allow us to move that event outside, which is the best choice for visibility and attendance. Last year, even with fewer people than expected, it became extremely hot and outdoor setup is necessary. We would use destination events to provide stage, dance floor, tables for at least 200 people, a tent covering the full space, chairs, lighting, fencing to mark attendance better, tents and tables for the food area, a backstage tent, and more setup that I failed to mention. This alone is estimated around $8,000. We also want a folklore and cultural room, a cultural banda for the dance portion of the night, estimated a total of $5,100. Decorations, Mexican candy setup is memory gifts, certificates, fire department fees, parking permits, and other miscellaneous expenses estimated around $1,900. Latino visitors and businesses in general that we are seeking to purchase from have to raise their prices. The food supplies and event materials continue to climb. Our budget is tight because the road around us has become more expensive and more hostile for the very communities we are trying to honor. I would like to think this request is reasonable, responsible, and necessary. It is a direct response to the conditions our students are living in. Sorry. And the scale of a celebration our seniors deserve. Our Latina seniors have survived 4 years, but specifically this last year of fear, instability, political pressure, and institutional frustration. Our seniors kept going, they crossed the finish line and never gave up. Now, it is our turn to not give up on them. We ask you to support this request, to invest in the celebration, and to help us honor our seniors. Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing all that. And on behalf of the student senate, I want to say that we appreciate you guys' advocacy. We appreciate you guys' community building here on campus. It's really important. So thank you. And then I'll start discussion with Senator Madariaga.
Hey guys, so yeah, I really like everything was very planned out and detailed. So I just wanted to make the motion so we have it. I move to authorize spending from surplus to MESHA OS number 057I in the amount to existing line item senior appreciation night in the amount of $15,200. I'm gonna be clear. I yield.
Motion made by Madariaga, seconded by Peters. And Senator Questberry.
I was gonna make a motion, but I just want to echo my full support of this, and in times like this, community is the most important thing we can focus on. So I yield.
Thank you guys again. I think this is great. The question I had was, could you guys give a little more insight into just the remaining amounts in your ledger, as far as like where that's going relative to this, and if you're really going to make any transfers?
I'll have it over to our bank. Could you say that one more time?
Yeah, I was just curious more about like your ledger and the remaining stuff on your.
The other line item?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys really can make any transfers.
We could not be able to do any transfers because the other transfers include RUIC, which is also one of our biggest events where we have a bunch of middle schoolers come, and that's around, I want to say $14,000. And last year we did use the full amount, and we actually had to reach out to other organizations for shirts, food, probably supplies.
And everything else like includes Ganas, which is also a partner with Kelly Middle School. Our representatives are actually here right now as well. And they we fully use the money as well for like trips or maybe for them to like come here and experience like a day at the University of Oregon. And everything else for the programming line items, we fully have like those events planned out and we are using every single lesson and we wouldn't have come to surplus if we really needed like
Yeah, we just like to make sure before we do large requests, just because we don't want to dump our guys in the budget cycle, so we just want to make sure you can plan stuff. All right, we're gonna vote. Start with Perez. Aye. Peters.
Aye.
Fisher.
Aye.
Taylor. Smith.
Aye.
Broussard. Aye. Heffernan. Amadea Van. Jacob Hiscox.
Aye.
Chisholm. Nagarajan. Stevenson. Purdue.
Aye.
Bailey. Morel. Mariago.
Aye.
Fisher.
Aye.
Westonberry.
Aye.
Ludeman.
Aye.
And I say aye as well. Thank you guys.
Have a great night, everyone.
Yes, you will.
Thank you guys again.
And that concludes financial business for the evening. Next up, we have an election board confirmation. Prepared, and President Moreno will speak up.
Your pronouns, ASUO president. I'm here to ask on behalf of, the elections board to emergency appoint Willow as current commissioner on the elections board to elections board chair. So we got word yesterday that Cassie has resigned and she sent her official resignation this morning. And as you all know, campaigning in elections is happening right now. There's a lot to do if there's grievances. There's candidates that have questions that are emailing the elections board chair email. And then we do need the elections board chair to authorize the actual count of the vote. So we need an elections board chair. Willow did have a conversation with Becky earlier, said she is interested. I sent her the offer. She has not accepted it yet. We do want, it'll be too late next week, Senate, to have chair. So I am here to ask as well.
With the deliberation starting, anyone that's currently participating in this election, we're gonna have us step outside just so you guys can deliberate and have this conversation.
Industry, Priscilla, Willow has not joined this room. Were you expecting?
No, is the offer sent her that she could join if she wanted, but then I would just speak on behalf of her. Okay, because it was really last minute.
Well, so discussion now. First, I have Senator Bailey.
Jimmy's also out, right?
Jimmy is also out, so there's only two commissioners.
Who's the other one?
Live. It's Lila. She was here last time. She's from Fusions.
Oh, okay.
So yes. So an ask that was made of me was to pull people from the executive team to just do the job and to fill the elections board, but I don't think we like that idea very much. It is an option. I don't want to do that. I think it would be easier to just pull from the team, and I think that the election. I don't want to be part of that capacity.
Thank you.
We want to know why.
Well, she said it was for personal reasons, but it was kind of clear that she didn't do the job for a while. But resigned.
You yield. And then Mary.
I got it myself. We don't make the motion until we finish deliberation, right?
I think you make it the right time.
Yeah. Would you want to leave for kind of?
Or I just have to.
I'm thinking because Willow's is not here.
Oh,
this kind of already is private. Yeah. So I think there's a lot of discussion that people want to have. I think we're making sure.
I'll get the motion on the floor and we can use. Then I would confirm Willow Sterling Lutz to the election board chair.
Seconded Fisher. Motion made by Questenberry, seconded Fisher. Move on from discussion. I Senator Hofferhead.
Yeah, I guess this is kind of just all Senate. Does anyone remember exactly how much we approved for their request?
$3,000.
$1,000. Do you have any idea how much they've spent?
$0. The debate happened, but there was no catering, and I think that was a big thing. No materials.
And then I guess my follow-up is, does that money get swept back in?
They do a return to surplus, which I can ask.
Okay, I do.
Senator Heffernan.
I'm going to make a motion. I think this is quite possibly the worst time for this to happen. And it's really unfortunate. And I think I trust that between the two remaining people in elections board, there was a reason that Willow was chosen. And so I am very much in support of just getting this on the board so that we can start using that money at least a little bit, like before elections begin and finish. So yeah, I yield.
Senator Broussard.
Just have a couple questions. Alright, so I might not understand how the elections committee works, but is there any oversight on that? Are you and
No, and it serves as its own separate day. Becky and Julie kind of are the separate staff.
I don't know, I understand that appointing Willow to be the chair makes sense to me. It just seems like it's been bungled from the beginning. I don't know who to talk to besides the chair side, but Becky, if that was her name, she came in like a couple weeks ago asking for a bunch of money right before Cassidy, sorry. Cassidy came in right before asking for a bunch of money with no plan in place. And I personally don't think we should give it up. I don't know. I'm just shocked with the hiring. Is there something being done different next year? Do you know? That might not.
Well, I don't know, because we don't have a president election. However, I do plan on asking the entire elections board to resign after elections are verified. I don't know if they will. I don't technically have the power to fire anybody, but I am going to ask them to resign based on the fact that I don't think they should be paid another month for doing transition documents on a transition that won't be very helpful to that election board based on the work that they've introduced this year.
That makes sense. Is there, and this is just might be a dumb question, do we need to promote Willow? Can we just ask them all to resign? Is there anything else they need to do? I mean,
Yeah.
since they haven't done anything so far, why should we
Yeah, so we
promote
need
them?
to chair to verify the election. They look at the votes. We need someone to answer grievances, and the elections board chair email is on every like ASUO vote website thing. So if anyone has any questions on the ballot measures or on like a candidate has a question, they email the elections board chair. No one's seeing those emails right now.
Be sure that if they are elected to chair, they will do this work required.
So pro staff has been working directly with the elections board, and they said Willow's the one person on the board that has interest in doing any work at all. She's been the only one attending elections board meetings, and was originally my pick for chair, but I was on a team of 3 people. They did get.
That makes sense. So it's the second elections board member that hasn't been attending meetings, that hasn't been. That's what it sounds like to me. Can we ask them to resign? Is there one exec of the two exec board members? Is one of them not attending exec board meetings? And
But I've been told it's been hard to get everyone to. And I know Willow is consistently showing up.
Willow sounds great. I'm excited about that.
Okay, well, that's definitely what this is about. Senators.
There was another one back. What happened?
Oh, you're right, Beck.
Is he also?
Yeah, he's still there.
Okay. I was just, yeah, you're right. I totally, is, yeah.
That's three.
There's three. It was one to be chair.
Great. Senator Peters. Senator Perez.
And thank you for being here and being here on behalf of Willow. Uh, my question is just kind of continuing on. Definitely got more insight now, but I know your options are limited. But was there like any particular reason you picked Willow, or just besides the fact that she was showed up to the meetings?
Pro staff specifically wanted to ask Willow if she would step up just because she's been doing the most work. But like I just mentioned, Willow was originally my pick for elections board chair. It was between Cassie and Willow, and I was outvoted on my team for Cassie. So, but yeah, I really wanted Willow for chair. And you all appointed her as well, so I think you're.
Thank you guys.
Senator Chisholm.
There's 5 commissioners, one of them being the chair. And the work should be more. They should be doing like workshops in the fall. They should be doing promotional materials. They should be doing communication. They should be tabling, doing class wraps. But the chair specifically is the one that does those items during this week and next week. But other than that, there should have been more stuff. So in theory, everyone has a job to do it. Thank you.
Senator Stevenson.
Oh, it's a private. Do I need to use the mic?
Yes.
Might not be a question for you, but okay. The first question is for you actually. So how much time do the 3 people have left for clarification?
Job ends May. They would get paid May and April.
Okay.
I would not like to get paid May. They would get paid for doing transition.
Okay. And like this might not be a question for you, but can you cite anything that they have done since they've been hired?
Senator Heffernan.
I just wanted to comment that I don't necessarily think that the hiring process itself needs to catch flack in this case because we are a part of that and we did approve these people. And I will say that we were fed promises that were not given. Like we were just kind of duped. It's not like not really anybody's fault, I don't think. And also that we did propose for the Constitution to lower the serving term for the elections board chair and members, just chair, because that was the first one you have to hire, right?
Yeah, the chair was switched to the old constitution, or I guess it passes. But the constitution this year needs to be hired right after gets elected. I'm not ridiculous. What did the chair do over the summer?
Yeah, so everyone remember to vote in the elections and pass that to lower it until I think we set it at like middle of fall term, which I think makes a lot more sense. And yeah, that's it. I yield.
Senator Novarajan.
Yes, ASUO was hired, say, October, November. The other commissioners were appointed, I think, it was one of the last ones in early January. And
In future, can we ask pro staff to tell us if people aren't doing their job?
well, I tried to fulfill Kathy, and they said you shouldn't have oversight on the election.
I think that's the issue you run into with the elections board is we try to be separate from them because we don't want to dictate the election like current sitting members.
Makes a lot of sense. I think in future pro staff we're checking in on them.
Yeah.
You know, things are like your fault. very upsetting process in general. We did confirm them. Yeah, you'll.
Any other discussion? Okay. We'll move into vote. This is voting below and this is the motion. Perez.
Aye.
Peters. Aye. Fisher. Aye. Smith. Aye. Broussard. Aye. Alfred. Aye. Heffernan. Aye. Amadio. Aye. Jacobs. Aye. Chisholm. Aye. Nagarajan.
Aye.
Stevenson.
Aye.
Purdue. Aye. Bailey.
Aye.
Morel.
Aye.
Fisher. Aye. Mary. Aye. And I say aye as well. You all, motion passes.
Right now.
Okay. Yeah, on the agenda is.
I'm sending the names. Yeah, I'm sending it right now.
I have a question. If Willow doesn't accept it, do we have to do a different confirmation?
What?
If Willow doesn't accept the offer, do we have to do another confirmation next week?
Well, if I accept the offer, I think I'm just gonna ask somebody on the executive board, the chair, and override the.
Okay.
Honestly, yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
I yield.
Okay. Okay. So. Really getting checked out.
We'll go 5-minute recess, please be back in 5 minutes.
Oh, we gotta wait. No, wait. Just turn. Let's read. And then we'll go back. Okay, my friend conflict. I keep hopping on. Never dated it. I have Instagram DM. And it's always good. It was nice quality. As I claim, I would see things with this. Instantly. So I would be in trouble. Like, I found it, and that mattered. I still feel it. There. Just. Oh, thank God.
Oh.
They were like,
Oh, wait, Cole, you gonna grab them? You gonna grab them?
There's only oatmeal.
No, never mind. No.
I took one right here.
It's the shit. Yeah, bigger.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll put it.
At the end of the day, it's just gonna sit in that budget to be hard. stipends can't get moved around, anytime a stipend's not set, it just gets swept and it goes into your account full swept. EFC looks like.
Yeah. Like need studies for like non-profits, really high.
Essentially exempt budget. We were talking about election board.
Don't say those words. I agree. Budget like that.
That's just part of it was exact included together because like it was the ASUO increase was basically like significantly more than every student board combined.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the opposite of that we're not.
Yeah, if we were going to hit benchmark and like, I think student.
No, we would have fired everyone.
We would have, but we basically would have had to create our issue. That's
Our end of year time meetings
are gonna be so bad.
They're gonna be so bad.
Of like end of year meetings, just like, how did the year go? And because the year went really bad.
It's like a requirement for them.
It's, you know.
Oh yeah, speaking of
I
that,
think
when is
it-
it starting?
That's the job also, is getting out
Probably in
that.
like a few weeks.
Yeah, yeah. So that's kind of job.
And you're gonna send out the stuff for like
Yes,
me and
oh yes, I
Mary?
did, I finished at the email.
Oh, nice.
Give a few tugs, show them not excited to go back to do a degree.
That's a debrief.
You have to do some sort of like a transition for like, this is how the year went for us, this is what you should do better next year, goodbye. So we're good.
They're not on.
Okay, at some point we do have to give up.
Did they say that they were coming? What did they say?
They said, email, send it to this.
I don't think they have basically.
I know. I sent them the link. I've been.
Yeah,
no,
take
that.
I definitely have my first.
Yeah, I always have a word. I know I mispronounced it, it looks like.
Oh no.
I do it like.
Okay, I did the Advil, but I was pronouncing it so wrong and you were doing it right. I was like, my gosh.
Oh, I need to check pronunciation before I.
She called back like 4 today. Not more than I muted it. Really? Okay.
No, we can still do. Or like, I mean, like this.
No, they can't hear. They can't hear.
Like Nicole's so funny.
It's saying you can make sound.
Okay, thank you. I have a water. Like the public. This week, I will send it.
I'll give you 2 more minutes.
It is. You need my Yes, sir. Like you got it, and now it looks like you're talking to a wall.
Yeah. I'm going for that. Oh, right, we are waiting to see if the super board was gonna join, if not, so we're gonna move into updates. We'll start with the finance committee update, PFC.
Hey y'all, the Crazy PFC is gonna start our end of year meeting with our tags. We're gonna meet with all of our tags and check in with how budget season went. And that's gonna start next week. If you're an academic senator, I will be teasing you after this if you've agreed to take some tags on. You know who you are. And I'm also gonna give my other committee update for overrealized committee. The application is going to close April 15th. I've been trying really hard to get as many non-ASUO people as I can to apply for funds, but please, if you have any connections, you know, I can reach out to them if you can think of anyone, or just please be telling absolutely everyone that you know, because almost all of our applicants are somehow connected to ASUO. So I'd love to see some non-ASUO folks apply for those funds. So yeah, April 15th at midnight, that application is going to close, so we have enough time to review all of the applications for our term is over. So that is all.
Contracts finance committee. Senators. Sir. You can say we started it, if we can't just talk, we can't come with the details.
Okay, we started like childcare provider, looking through all that and reviewing it. Secret.
Yeah, we all had to sign NDAs, so.
Yeah.
And then we're planning on linking up with the GTFF delegate to in this process. They are key stakeholders in the class. EFC.
Hey y'all. We just set up our meetings for this term. Our meetings are gonna be Fridays at 3:45 p.m. So if you wanna come to that, I'll send out a little invite to you before. We're not meeting this Friday, we're meeting next Friday, so I don't really know what we're gonna be up to yet because I haven't made that agenda, but keep you all updated next week once I have the agenda made. I yield.
Yeah, I'm in a similar boat to Chair Hopper. Gotta send out stuff for next week, figuring out schedules. Yeah, does anyone have any announcements or updates?
Talk about what you did today.
Yeah, do other senators have announcements or updates or no? Cool. Earlier today, I spoke with the Faculty Senate Exec Committee, right? And earlier spoke about our demand for a Latin Cultural Center, and it passed, and so it's going to be spoken about next week. They didn't have any questions. Yeah, nothing else. Thank you guys. I yield.
All that person afternoon.
Hey guys, remember to put in your office hours in the office hours and conflicts of interest sheet by the end of this week. I will start using those next week to determine if you met your hours. If you haven't quite gotten your hours in this week, doesn't have to be a specific time this week, but just try to get those hours in. I am still looking at that. Reminder for all committees that I am now fully requiring attendance to be submitted to me. You can either upload that as part of your minutes in the Google Drive, or you can send it to me directly after meetings. And also, I'm really sorry to anybody who tried to contact me during the general finals timeline. I got locked out of my role email and did not hit up Nicole in a timely manner. So I'm very sorry if you tried to contact me and I didn't respond, but I think I've responded to everybody now. And I yield.
Perez.
Y'all should have gotten paid, I hope. Any questions or concerns, always come talk to me. Aaron, I'm still cooking up a little dinner for y'all, so y'all look out for that. Yeah, oh yeah, I'm looking into the stool as well, trying to get so all the seniors are looking for information. I think yeah, that's it. Yeah,
a group of us will be meeting with the office this Friday to kind of like fight for a better outreach plan. If anyone else is interested, we'd love to have as many people as possible. About that. I will also be like press there. I'll be doing more details about what's in but it's best for everyone.
For me, I will be a little busy over the next 2 weeks. You can, of course, contact me, but Aaron's probably in our contact for some such thing in the next couple of weeks. And over spring break, we were in DC. We lobbied on a bunch of bills. I bill, cutting off weapons from Israel, portable textbooks, the tuition spreadsheet that like makes every single tuition amount public so you can see it all in one place, things like that. We feel like we had a lot of really productive conversations and talked about kind of things that students have been advocating for on campus, the issues that we were running into while advocating for those things, and just trying to create pressure. I mean, yes, and the bill, we are opposing a bill that is seeking to cut off federal funding for schools that offer medication abortion on campus, which is a huge win that we just got this year. So we advocate against that. And, yeah. That's my update. Moving into BP Jensen for the executive branch.
Hi. So the ASUO engagement department has been working to get Straub Hall open for student groups to meet in the evenings, and that has now been achieved. So Straub is available for any student group to schedule through ASUO or through the scheduling department. The Chase from the advocacy department has scheduled the medication abortion town hall for April 17th in LC South 101. And that will have people from UOHS and from Students for Choice answering questions, talking about the history on this campus. And then the big thing right now is the Vote of No Confidence campaign, and Scylla has the language for the ballot measure passed around right now. It's on very tiny paper. We are looking for volunteers. I want to thank Senator Stevenson, Peters, and Fisher for helping me out earlier today. That was really, really nice of you. Thank you. But we really need to fill, especially morning slots for tabling both this and next week. And I am sending the sign up sheet right now in the ASUO Senate chat. And is there anything else?
Yeah, I just want to add, this is probably like the biggest thing that at least I'll do in my role as ASUO president. Something that I'm really proud of is I've never walked into a room with an administrator and had a meeting one-on-one. It is something that they really pushed for in the beginning. Carl's schedulers said that these meetings are not for other members, it's solely for the ASUO president and the UO president. And I pushed really hard to have more people in the room, and it's for reasons like this. They put you in these rooms and they isolate you, and it's either to cause an ASUO that does nothing or cause an ASUO that does things like sell the EMU. A lot of really shady stuff happens in these rooms, and a lot of the stuff that we're telling students the next week and a half is things that Carl has said directly to me, because I do feel a responsibility to take something out of those rooms. If it's not anything productive and he's not actually going to collaborate with us, the least I can do is share with students the fact that he thinks bringing riot police on campus is a huge success, and that there will not be a commitment to Latinx Center, and that our community believing that he doesn't care about us is like a price that he's willing to pay. So I really, really care about this, and I think it's really huge to get overwhelming amounts of students to vote no confidence.
our faculty senate didn't do it when budget reductions were happening over the summer, but I think that this is like our moment to do the thing that we said we would do, which is if administration's not going to do it, if upper level faculty are not going to do something, then we're going to do it. So thank you, and I hope you sign up for Shapes.
Thank you so much, and I will be sending out links for that. I will be motivating for people to do that. Unanimously passed, and if I advocate for it, it would not be good for it not. It's all motivated for this. Thank you guys. All right, and that concludes the executive branch update, and next we have the minutes. Senator Fisher.
I move to approve the minutes from March 4th and March 11th, 2026.
Second, Western.
Motion made by Fisher, seconded by Questenberry. Those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed say nay. Minutes are now approved. Senator Stevenson.
I move to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Peter.
Motion made by Stevenson, seconded by Peter. Those in favor say aye. Say nay. Have a word.
On the way up and back your placard.
No, I mean,